Listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnes.
And we finally found one.
Jeez, they're so
and
hard.
by one, I mean 3.
Got 3. We don't know what we're going to do with him yet.
I know exactly what we're going to do with them. We got to review one, and then this one will be my base one I keep. We're going to do a custom of the big one. I was thinking about doing a small one. That's why I got extras of those.
Yeah.
But now that we got this, and I think this with some finessing would be great.
Steve,
I also just got some joints in, so I might actually try to make them more posable.
Sir, you're going to custom the little one too, just for the views, man.
But it'd be the same
to
custom.
Quit our job.
I'm working. Well, technically, we just probably could and just call it a day. It'd be a rough couple of months, but I think we'd be all right.
God, can you imagine like 2-3 videos a day for a few months? We'll get the views up.
Oh yeah, get some more like Stevie Toy Room crap up. Like start doing all the time-consuming videos. It'd be great.
Now we're just gonna get comments. Quit the job already.
Please, for the love of God. We also have a Patreon if you guys like to help us get out of our job sooner. It's somewhere down there.
With that, Steve.
But anyways, I digress. And then we got one, of course, for Arnes' favorite videos. I'm not sure why it's his favorite videos. You know how hard it is for me to get this guy to do a video game video, but you give him a hammer and smash, smash, smash. So just let it go.
I think I
just like Elsa.
I think I live off the hate that people produce.
It just feeds me. Anyways, without further ado, for the packaging, it's pretty much the same as what we got with the small ones, just in a much larger scale. I like the back though, where you get like the nice image of them. That looks cool. It kind of gives me a basis for what to go off with the paint.
Yeah, the image definitely a lot better than the figure so far.
Legends collide as Godzilla and Kong, the two most powerful forces of nature, clash in a spectacular battle for the ages. The monster war rages on the surface and deep within the earth. It doesn't go into our world. It doesn't go into the earth. I also read that wrong. As a spectacular secret realm of the Titans known as Hollow Earth is revealed. None of that has to do with MechaGodzilla.
Don't fight it. Just let it happen.
But anyways, then we got some Lego Mumbo Jumbo on the bottom. But anyways, let's get him open up out of his cardboard prison. We got MechaGodzilla open up out of its cardboard prison. First and foremost, we got to insert the tail into the rectum.
Yeah, rectum.
I'm glad somebody enjoys my jokes. Pretty easy to do. You just pop it in. Tail drags on the ground, a la 1970s dinosaur villain movies and earlier. But anyways, now that we got him open up out of his cardboard prison, sadly comes with no accessories, which is to be expected.
No, sir. The tail was accessory. Thank you very much.
Accessory. It's funny that it's kind of articulated. It looks like it almost should bend, but
it doesn't bend?
No. You can just kind of pose it. Anyways, we'll get the articulation here in a few, but anyways, for closer details. So one thing I will give props to this Playmates figure is that the detail on this thing's actually really solid. Like looking at the head, you can see all the metal plating, the way it's teeth shaped. You get detailing on the inside of the mouth, on the roof too. Sadly, no articulation there, so you can't. It's not super noticeable, but it's there. It's probably painted in sections because you can see here where it connects to the top of the head. So they probably painted that and then right together. The eyes are painted red, and not too bad. Definitely when you see it from the front, it's very noticeable. From the side, sort of.
I feel like he's pretty clean, detail-wise at least.
Yeah, for like usually how like minimal like attempts at exaggerating some of the details, like giving the figures the hard edges that they need. This guy's actually pretty solid. For the chest area is probably the worst, because a lot of it's more rounded and kind of just looks like a Tupperware.
I wasn't going to say it,
it's certain spots. It's easily probably the spot that's cheaped out on the most. Dorsal spines look nice though. Yeah, they got some metallic silver there for the inner basings. Not on the intersections though. They're also made out of a softer material, so you don't have to worry about kids hurting themselves on it. So it flexes a little bit. You also got the missile pod here on the back of the shoulder, which is what we found out from the movie. Because that was one thing with the small one. We were like, it kind of might be jetpacks or something, which technically isn't wrong either, because he's like high knee striking Godzilla in the movie.
So great. Oh, snap, Steve. Spoiler, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think my one thing, though, I guess we'll get into it here in a few, but with just like the articulation and what you see it in the movie, none of the Playmates are properly able to pull off anything you see in the movie.
No.
For the most part, it ain't great. You do get the plates here on the back of the legs. You get the boxy arms, which have a lot of nice detailing on those as well. You can see here on the front of the claws. Claws actually look really dope. With those little pinches here. And yes, they do move. Which is pretty sweet. Yeah, I know. It's like the hand could like do like almost anything you'd ever want for this, but all right, we'll just go over the articulation now. We'll come back to showing out the rest of the detail. First, articulation. Arm can go forward and back, and then the hand does all this. Whee! That's it.
Oh my God, really, Steve?
The leg, you can move forward and back, and then rotate at the feet. That's it for the legs. For the tail, it rotates. It also rotates down here. Nothing at the tip of the tail, which is odd because it's also a weapon that rotated in the movie.
Oh, wait.
Go on.
No, I got nothing. You know what? No, never mind.
Like, to me, it's odd, especially like how big this thing is. Well, I guess not odd. It is a fairly, like, for $20. I don't know what I'm expecting.
You really can't expect a lot.
But it's sad when the smaller Playmates is a little more posable. And especially, like, this connects into here, so why couldn't it just rotate at the elbow? Like, give me forward, back, and a little bit of, like, an elbow rotation.
Give it some kind of,
And then the knees look like this should be a joint, right? But that ain't moving.
It looks like a joint, so maybe this one's just stiff.
Yeah, but we got multiples, and they aren't moving either. Don't understand. Smacking the camera. And then this part's attached, because you can see it kind of wiggles. But it's just like a separate little piece of like softer rubber, like harder rubber. So it flexes so that this won't break or hurt anybody, but like there's no real play with it there. And I think that's going to be my overall issue with this thing is it looks pretty freaking solid. Like even like the leg detailing looks good too. You can see the pistons, all the extra metal plating. Tail looks really good too. And same with the paint's fairly consistent. Like in terms of the paint job, I actually don't really got that much to complain about outside of like, personally, it could use a wash and some dry brushing to give it some extra detailing.
Yeah.
And some of the spots, like you imagine like it'd be darker in here and what have you, if you want to get technical. But in terms of like play value, because this thing's meant for a kid.
It's decent. It's presentable.
But for kids, like this is it. Like if he's fighting, rah, 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 I can sort of get him to kick things. But there's just like, there's not much here. Like I personally, I think I would have got bored of this thing pretty quick.
A few minutes and out.
Because even like the old Treadmasters, like when they pose, at least it kind of made sense. Yeah. Like granted, you'd only get like a forward and back motion on those too. But the way they were posed even just made it more dynamic. Like this guy's just pretty stagnant looking. Well, he'd be fine. It was just like, it's not like it has a roar or it's shooting something to really like keep me invested in this thing. But to be fair, standing next to like the 24-inch 2014 Godzilla or something, he'd be serviceable. Super serviceable. And for some quick comparisons, here we have the Giant Playmates Godzilla compared next to some other Godzilla collectibles. Think we'd start with Playmates, but no. We actually start with the Godzilla puppet Kaiju figures from Bandai. With the Little Godzilla, Manila, and Godzilla-kun. And here is next is the other giant Godzilla Playmates figures with Godzilla and Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong. And here's some other Godzilla vs. Kong Playmates figures with the Hong Kong Battle Godzilla still in the package because we smashed the one I had open. Video on the channel. And the Battle Roar Kong. And here's next to some Godzilla Singular Point Bandai vinyls with Godzilla Ultima and Jet Jaguar. And finally, here is next to some large legendary Godzillas in my collection with the X Plus 2019, the Rick exclusive, and the NECA 2014 24-inch long. So overall, for the Playmates Giant MechaGodzilla figure from Godzilla vs. Kong, this guy, I think for the price, for collectors, is a really good deal.
I have a lot of mixed feelings. I like it. I'm a huge fan of this MechaGodzilla just because he's a douche, but his design bugs me. And it's kind of the same concept. I like this, but the design of the actual figure bugs me. Legs don't move. Like, there's just, I don't know.
Like for me, again, collector, $20, you get a decently detailed MechaGodzilla that standing on your shelf is gonna look good next to a lot of the other Godzilla figures, which is odd for a Playmates figure, right?
Yeah.
But for kids, it doesn't do a whole hell of a lot. Like, it's got, you can move it at the shoulders forward and back, move it at the legs forward and back, and that's really about it.
So what you're saying is this is, again, just for...
Like,
adults.
out of all the kids' toys that Playmates is putting out, this is easily, I think, the one that's most geared towards an adult collector.
Yeah.
And then for kids, I think the smaller ones probably gives you more bang for your buck. Like, it's $9, it poses a little bit better, plus there's just more figures for it to play with. While this guy only really has Godzilla and Kong to really duke it out with.
Yeah.
And that's about it. So personally, if you're looking for a MechaGodzilla for a kid, unless they really, really like MechaGodzilla, I would stick with the smaller Playmates ones personally. And then for collectors, this is probably the best MechaGodzilla currently available. Until we get a Monster Arts or an X Plus.
No, this is more of like your style. Do you know what I mean, Steve?
Ooh, this guy probably look pretty cool next to the X Plus.
Yeah.
To be fair. Granted, I'm going to have to touch him up to make him look good next to the X Plus, but we'll get there eventually. What do you guys think? Have you guys picked up this figure? What's your favorite MechaGodzilla, or is Mogear, or just more you think? Please let us know in the comments. We also have an Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, Facebook. Guys, look to keep up to date with the channel and donate. Greatly appreciate it. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.